Hello everybody, welcome again. I'm just here to share with you some things that were my favorites in the month of October. I have a mix of skincare, makeup and some other stuff, so I'll be glad to share that with you today. Okay, first up is my new favorite foundation, and it's this Becca foundation, and it's the Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream, and my color is in Sienna. And I'm actually usually mink in most of Becca's other foundations, but I love this foundation. You only need one pump to cover your whole face because it's really pigmented. And yeah, it just gives you a really nice full coverage, but without it making it look cakey. I think it still looks like skin, so loving this foundation. Next up, I have quite oily skin, so I'm always trying to make myself look as matte as possible. But lately I've kind of been getting into, you know, a little bit more of a glow, and I usually do a glow with like an illuminator. But I'm loving this Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, and it's just a fixing spray, and it's hydrating as well. So I just give myself a quick spritz whenever I finish my makeup, just to stop me from looking too cakey. And a lot of the times, like I've tried MAC Fix Plus before, and I felt like it made me look oilier than I am. But I like this because I feel like it does make me look oily, but it does give me a nice glow. So highly recommend this. Speaking of glow, next up is again from Becca, is the Shimmer Skin Perfector in Topaz. And it just comes in a container like that. And it's a really beautiful gold, kind of dark gold highlight, and it feels like silk and just blends really easily. Don't know if you can see that. It's a really beautiful gold highlight, and it looks good on all skin tones, but especially on darker skin tones. I'm a big fan of these Becca highlighters. And my last piece of makeup actually is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. And I just use maybe 3 dots under my eye just to give me a bit of highlight. I love these concealers just because they're matte, but they're not cakey under the skin, and they have really good staying power. Some concealers I think are a bit too wet, so they don't feel like they set properly, but this definitely sets, and I love it. And it's very popular. They came out, I'm gonna say earlier this year or late last year, but they've been a hit, and for good reason. NARS did a great job with this. And now moving on to some skincare. Well, winter's coming, so usually I have quite oily skin, as I mentioned earlier, but in winter I do get drier on my cheeks. So I like to add a bit more oil into my skincare routine. And I've been loving this Fresh Seabury moisturizing oil I've been using it about a year, and I love it. I just put about 2 or 3 drops on my palm and then pat it on my face, or I like to mix like a drop or 2 into my regular moisturizer just for some added moisture. I love it because it doesn't make my face greasy, but it gives really good moisture. And it's made with sea buckthorn oil, which is supposed to be good for, you know, hyperpigmentation. It's very hydrating, just gives you a really pretty glow, and I really like this Fresh Seabury moisturizing oil. Keeping with skincare, I have these Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta peels, and when I first saw these I thought they were a bit of a gimmick because I've heard people talk about these before. You have step 1, which is a surface refiner, and they're like towels almost, kind of like face wipes, and you wipe it all over your face, and then you leave it on for 2 minutes, I want to say, and then you follow up with the step 2, which is the deeper treatment, again in like a wipe all over your face. And I started using this in the summer because my skin was going through some issues. It was just basically me being lazy with skincare, but these are really good. They just gave me an immediate glow, and I feel like they helped with any dark marks I had on my face to fade them. They're a bit pricey, but I think they're worth it, and you can get a pack of, I want to say 3, if you want to try them out before buying the whole pack. And you're supposed to use them every day, but I use them every other day just stretch it out a bit. I don't feel like you have to use it every day, and it's really important that you use a sunscreen with this because it's an alpha beta peel, so you don't want to harm your skin anymore like with it. But I love these pads. I stopped by Lush the other day and I got this tea tree water because I realized I don't use a toner, and I've been wanting to use a toner, but I don't know, I don't want to spend too much money, so I got this toner water from Lush. And I love Lush just because of the ingredients, no harmful ingredients in any of their products. And they say this is an antibacterial tea tree astringent, grapefruit and balancing juniper berry. And it's supposed to help keep zits away from your face and just to give you a really nice extra clean. And it's good for people with oilier skins just because it stops grease coming through all the time. And this is also quite cool because you just spray it on your face rather than, you know, on a cotton pad. But you can put it on a cotton pad if you prefer. But I just give myself a mist after I wash my face, press it in, and then move on to my serum and a moisturizer. And last up with skincare is this charcoal cognac sponge. And this is actually from Sephora collection. I had this... I had a white one of this one. Boscia came out with this cognac sponge and I liked it, but it was $18 and you're supposed to throw them out after every 3 months. But Sephora just came out with a double pack. So it was this charcoal one and there's another one that's kind of pink. I can't remember. I think that one's for giving you more of a glow. And you get 2 in a pack for $18. So it's a way better deal than the Boscia one. And they feel exactly the same. And I know cognac sponges are kind of having a moment. Because if you don't know what cognac sponges are, they're made from a root. I want to say it's a Japanese root. And they're naturally antibacterial and just helps balance your skin and give you a glow. And this one is infused with charcoal. And then you have some that are infused with other different things. But they're good if you want to do like a natural skincare. So I still use my Clarisonic mainly at night just to make sure my face is clean after wearing makeup during the day. And I like to use this in the morning because it's really soft and gentle on my face. And it exfoliates as well, but really gently, so you barely feel anything. And I use that in the mornings just for a gently clean. So if you're interested, I'll definitely get the Sephora ones over the Boscia ones. I just think it's a much better deal. Ah, I forgot one other piece of makeup. Is this Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. And I've always liked this mascara, and I felt like I abandoned it a little bit because I fell in love with the Lancome Grandiose mascara. And I have a review on the Grandiose actually on my blog, and I'll put the link down below. But the Hypnose Drama is like this. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a nice curve in the wand, and it just gives you extra volume. I'm wearing it now. And it's a really good solid mascara if you want a lot of volume and doesn't make my lashes clumpy. And you can't really go wrong with Lancome mascaras. I think they're some of the best in the business. So yeah, I'm kind of loving this again. So I've been using it quite a lot in the month of October and still now. So yeah, like this one. And now moving on to nail polish. I have this Deborah Lippmann glitter nail polish, and it's called Glitter and Be Gay. And I love Deborah Lippmann nail polishes. I think she does nail polishes and glitters for grown-ups. So her glitters tend to have chunkier pieces in it rather than the tiny glitters you find in regular glitters. And yeah, I just think they're fun. It's the time of the year, you know, you want to jazz up your nails. I just had to cut my nails just from damage from doing gels. So yeah, I added some glitter just to give it a bit of pop. But I've been loving this all through the month of October. And you can't go wrong with any of her glitters, but this one's my favorite and it's just so shiny. I love it. And now I have a hair care favorite, and this is the Phyto Rich Smoothing Oil. And I'm a big fan of Phyto. I've used their relaxers before. I really recommend them because all their products are botanically based, so the ingredients are all botanical. So it may not be like 100% natural, but they're all botanically derived. And this oil, I just spray maybe once or twice into my hand, rub it together and just pass it through my hair. And it just gives me a really nice shine without weighing my hair down or making it look greasy. and it works for all skin types. Well, skin types, sorry. It works for all hair types. Maybe not so much if your hair's super fine, because I do feel like it's better for medium to coarse hair. But yeah, it's a really nice oil. You don't need a lot at all. A little bit goes a really long way, and it just makes my hair feel healthy. So yep, this is the Rich Smoothing Oil from Phyto. And I have a fragrance favorite this month as well. This is the Chloe Eau de Parfum, and I'd always seen this, and it's quite a popular fragrance, but I don't know, I just didn't really pay much attention. And I randomly sprayed it on one day and I just fell in love with it. It's just such a good everyday fragrance. It's got quite a clean scent, like it's not overpowering. It's floral, but it's not in your face as much as like Flower Bomb or Flora Botanica by Balenciaga. But yeah, I really like this. It's really popular, so I'm sure you've seen it or maybe smelled it, but it's now like my go-to everyday fragrance. So yeah, I've been really feeling this the past couple of months. And finally, I have something that isn't beauty related. I have my Kindle Paperwhite, and I used to have a Kindle Touch, but it doesn't have a backlight. So I have to like either not read in the dark, or I'd have to get up and turn off my lights. And then when you're cozy, you just can't be bothered. So I finally got the Paperwhite, which has a backlight, so you can read at night and you can adjust how bright the light is. And yeah, I love it. It's really similar to my Touch, but I think it's a little bit faster and it's smaller and lighter as well. And I love reading. I read all the time. Currently, I'm actually rereading This Is How You Lose Her by Junot Diaz, who I'm obsessed with. Everybody who knows me, I keep pushing this book on everybody. I've read all his books. And I'm completely in love with Junot Diaz. He's a Dominican American writer. So if you haven't read him, I highly recommend any of his books. He won the Pulitzer Prize for The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which is probably his most famous book. But this is my favorite book by him. It's a collection of short stories, and it's a continuation. He has another short story collection called Drown, and they're kind of, he says they're not autobiographical, but I like to think they're semi-autobiographical. But he's just a fantastic writer. Like, I have no words to describe how amazing I find his writing. And he's definitely, along with Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, one of my favorite modern writers, especially at the moment. So yeah, if you're looking for a good book to read, I highly recommend This Is How You Lose Her by Junot Diaz. And also, if you don't have a Kindle, I do like reading on a Kindle as opposed to an iPad or something else, just because I feel like when I'm reading, I like to just read. Every time I attempt to read on an iPad, I get distracted by like Twitter or going on a website, or I'll find myself on Netflix or something. But yeah, reading on a Kindle I think is great because you actually get to focus on the book and there are no other distractions. So it's really just like reading a regular book. So yeah, those were my favorites for the month of October. So tell me some of the things you like this October. It could be anything: music, makeup, books, whatever. I'm always looking for great book recommendations. So yeah, be sure to share that with me down in the comments below. And I'll put the details also of everything I've mentioned in the description box. I hope you're all well, and yeah, look forward to another video soon. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Bye!